Happy Halloween! Hello, everyone, and welcome to Alone in the Dork. Now, normally I would be streaming this, but I'm not for a few reasons. One, it's a holiday, it's Halloween. I had the day free, so I went ahead and filmed this video. I got some plans tonight, and I've got some really diehard followers. I'm not going to make you miss Halloween, and like they have really helped me get my feet underneath me for my streaming YouTube channel. So thank you so much. But anyway, so my channel is called Alone in the Dork. So last week I did Alone Against the Flames, which is the introduction Chaosium's to 7th edition Call of Cthulhu, and it's like a solo adventure. And that went really well, and I was rolling the dice, and I failed on a crit fail like I usually do. And I was like, oh, that was really fun. And I wanted to see what other solo games were out there for Call of Cthulhu, and I found like some lists, some ranked lists. And on that, I found Alone on Halloween. And it just turned out that Halloween was like 6 days since I did Alone Against the Flames. So like, I got to do that. It turns out it's really hard to find. I think there's a Redux version of it, but I couldn't get that. I got this janky one. I just found it online. It's a little written up in the margins, but this is the best I could get. And but again, my channel's name is Alone in the Dork. It's Alone on Halloween. I got to do it. And another major reason that I am not streaming this is because this uses 5th edition rules for Call of Cthulhu. I know 7th edition, I don't know 5th, and it turns out it is really hard to track down a 5th edition rule set for Call of Cthulhu. It was made in like 1999 was the latest publishing of it, I believe. And they don't, it's not sold anymore. And what stinks about that is in this book is you it will say, okay, bring up the stats of a werewolf or a ghast or whatever. And I don't readily have access to that. So each time that happens, I'm going to have to do a little bit of sleuthing. So in a long form video like this, I can just pause the video, find the best that I can get, and then deal with it. But again, if this was a stream, that would be super annoying. So that's another reason that I'm just kind of just doing this long form. So without further ado, let's get going. Let's just jump right here to the book. All right, so it does begin with, these are our 2 character sheets. We have 2 characters that we're controlling. One is like our main character, the other one's a little NPC. We have Chris and Corey. I will be able to, during the course of the adventure, pull up, let's see if I can find this. This is my main character's stats right here, so I can just like kind of pop them up and then put them back away when needed. So let's just cruise along here. You can see like right down the middle, there's this timetable. So we are keeping track of time and also like journalistic points. We're trying to get journal points in this. I've heard this game is just bonkers weird, even by Cthulhu standards. I heard it's a bit of a hot mess in a great way. So, again, if I stream this, though, it would have been a hot mess in a bad way. So hopefully, since I'm doing this long form and I can edit a little bit when needed, it'll be a hot mess in a good way. Let's keep going. Just going through the rules here. There's our introduction. Meh, who cares? Okay, I'm ready to get going. To begin. Woo, this is going to hurt my eyes. Even zooming in, this is hurt my eyes. But this is what we got, so... Okay, woo. You, as Chris Grant, are a student of journalism, there we go, at the old and respected Miskatonic University. You are the top of your class and have won many honors and awards for your top-notch papers, thank you, articles and research works in the field of the occult and the paranormal, which is your special field of interest. You are working now toward a grant that will not only pay for your graduate studies, but also allow you to seriously research the phenomena of ghosts and specters and other such hauntings. You know that a spectacular thesis on the paranormal should be just what you need to win that grant. It is October 31st, Halloween night, and you have been chosen to cover a Sabbath of a witch coven in legend-shrouded Salem, a very important task, as it is the first time outsiders, oh that's fun, have been invited in to witness such a meeting in Salem. You were picked to cover the event because of your impeccable record, and you feel that this could be the break that you have been waiting for. Accompanying you to the Sabbath is underclassman and good friend Corey Adams, who shares your interest in the unusual. You are in high spirits. Let's give us a bit of background, because it says we want this person to stick around. Again, I like to put this in 1920s instead of 1990s. Let's say, so he's an underclassman and I'm the older classman. Let's get a little, let's say this is 1920s. What? We're in Miskatonic. Like, what country are we in? For some reason, I was thinking like England or something. But let's say that we are in, obviously, the U.S., so we're up in New England area, and we're going up to Salem. That makes sense because it's in the United States. Geography. Let's say that they're like, because again, in my head, for whatever reason, this was in England. Let's say that they're like lovers, but they're keeping it under wraps. So Chris is male. The name for your character was Chris, is given because it could go like Christopher or Christine. But let's say that they are actually like lovers. So this is like a little getaway for them as well, like romantically, and to kind of just let down the guard a little bit of what they have to maintain in public. Just because it just creates more of a, tension and atmosphere and relationship between these two just like rando characters. Okay, you're in high spirits, as is your friend. Although the night's driving wind and icy rain makes you worry that there won't be much to see at the Coven meeting, which you desperately hope will go as planned. As you head out of Arkham, you laugh and joke with your companion and discuss various topics. You are driving. Oh, okay, so well, obviously, but you are driving. Me, Chris. You leave the shimmering yellow and white lights of Arkham behind you as you turn off of Church Street onto Sentinel Street and head out of town towards Salem. Before long, civilization gives way to wilderness, and you find yourself on a long, dark, barren road that twists through a desolate forest and now leafless trees. Go to 1 to begin your adventure. Let's begin our adventure. The rain and wind assault your car as you speed along the dark road. An occasional brilliant flash of jagged lightning illuminates the haunting sky and hellish woods on either side of you. After some distance, you spot lights from an old, brooding mansion set back away from the road on a hill as you pass by quickly. That's where Frankenfurter is, to do the time warp again. Although you got only a fast glimpse of the immense house, you get an uneasy yet exciting feeling as you think of those haunted house movies you've seen and loved. Make a listen roll. Succeed and go to 12, fail and go to 7. Ooh, maybe we can hear Sweet Transvestite in the background. So a listen roll. Let us see what our listen is. Okay, trying to make a listen check. What is our listen? 25. All right, here we go. That's a 42. So we're off to my typical start. I roll poorly. It's just kind of my lot in life. I've grown accustomed to it. That's how I've gotten all these grays. So 42, we failed. So let us go fail and go to 7. Okay. With a sudden jolt, your car begins to spin and go out of control. What were we supposed to hear? You seem to have had a back tire blow. Oh, okay. Make a successful drive automobile roll. Okay. Let's pop that back up. Drive automobile. 50. All right, so got a 50% chance. This is Call of Cthulhu. You want to roll under the number. As your skills increase, they will go up in number, so you always want to roll under them. It's kind of like 2nd edition D&D if you ever played that. So, and it is a percentile dice that we're rolling. So it's 2 D100s. One represents the tens. Another represents the single digits. Okay. So we have a 50% chance. I want to get a 50 or below. I didn't. What a shock. Okay, so where were we at? We were at 7. Fail and go to 2. Alrighty. Oh, that doesn't look good, that really grainy picture. Your car goes madly, screaming off of the road, spinning and digging up great clouts of mud. A sudden, hard impact stops your spinning and plants your car on its side at the base of a tree. The tremendous jolt you and Corey received... Okay, sorry, I had trouble with that sentence. The tremendous jolt you and Corey received on impact threw you both roughly against the dashboard. Each of you sustained 1d3 points of damage. Battered and badly shaken, you managed to pull yourself out of the wreckage of your car. You count your blessings as you walk away from what could have been a real tragedy. It is obviously that this car will no longer be of use to you this evening. We gotta go to Frankenfurter's mansion. You're miles from the nearest town. If you want to wait here for help, blah, or blah, 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 blah. Okay, I say blah, 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 because I gotta roll our damage. So we both took 1d3 points of damage. So, oh great, there's a 3 here. So this will be, I'm just gonna mark it on this sheet. That hurts my eyes. So overall, just for our HP, we've got, it looks like 17 health, and our little NPC Corey has 15. So our lead, Chris, takes. So that's actually going to be 2, because it's just 1d3 damage, so you just divide what this is by 2. So he took 2 points of damage. So he is now down to 18. My goodness, that's hard to read. And his partner takes, okay, 2. All right, off to a great start. So there. It's also like the beginning of Clue, where the car breaks down. Gosh, that's a good movie. I love Clue. It's one of my favorite comedies ever. Okay. So now our choices are, go to 2. Here we are. Okay. Oh, this is where I would have you all help me. So I'm like, I gotta make the decisions myself. Okay, if you want to wait here for help, go to 26. If you want to try to walk back to that mansion you passed, go to 41. If you want to try to walk back to town, go to 51. To check the blowout, go to 38. But it did say it is obviously the car will no longer be of use. Why would we check the car? Wait here for help. It said it's desolate, so that may be a while. If you want to try to walk back to the mansion, if you want to try to walk back to town, I think I'd walk back to town. I'm just thinking like what I would do. So let's try to walk back to town, which is 51. Just moving something out of my way there. 51. I'm sure we're going to end up back at that mansion, but nonetheless. You wander for a while in the gale, thunder shaking the muddy ground, blue-white lightning illuminated twisting trees in bizarre ways as it sporadically flashes around you. Suddenly, as you round a bend in the water-buried road, you hear the unmistakable sound of hoofbeats. There, in the center of the road, is a frightful apparition, a huge black horse, its eyes glowing blood red, rearing to charge with a headless rider on its back. Oh God, we've jumped the shark fast. The ghostly headless man grips an evilly carved jack-o'-lantern in one hand, hellish flame illuminating the grisly form from within the carved pumpkin. The sight of this horrifying spectral figure costs you X amount of sanity. So I need to make some sanity rolls. Okay, so I have an 80 sanity, which for me is like a 50% chance. So let's go. Let's see what we got here. Yeek! D100. Wow. And I rolled an 80. But I succeeded. I'm a pretty sane dude. So anyway, I see the Headless Horseman. Maybe I think it's a really, really good Halloween costume. If you lose... Okay. The site cost you blah. If you lose 5 or more, I didn't. Otherwise, continue on with this paragraph. As you watch, you are filled with horror as the Phantom Rider urges his hellish steed onward towards you. Misty smoke and crimson sparks spewing forth from the horse's slavering mouth. The black-clad horseman, cape billowing behind him, raises the coldly grinning jack-o'-lantern over his stump of a neck and hurls it at you. If Corey is with you, okay, he is, roll 1d6. Ooh, okay. So it's just kind of mixing up kind of what happens here. Save me, Corey, save me. 6. Go to 66. By the way, there are 666 prompts in this. So I'm going to 66. Okay, not far from here. Uh-oh. Boy, we're off to a rip-roaring start. You watch in horror as the headless specter launches his gruesome pumpkin head at your friend. No, Corey! Corey tries desperately to dodge out of the way of the onrushing projectile, but stumbles onto a protruding tree root. With a sickening crack, the jack-o'-lantern connects with the young man's head, snapping his neck. This bloody sight costs you an automatic 1d6 points of sanity. Okay. That's not good. 2. All right. Well, guess I wasn't really that into Corey. I'm a pretty sane dude, so that didn't hurt too much. Honestly, I can't even read what the numbers are, but I've got this like little chart here, and I'm just like marking them off. But again, I started like here, and I'm just slowly moving that way. It is too small for me to read what number it is, but I've still got a lot left. Okay. If you lose 5 or more. No, I did not. Still doing okay. Okay, if you lose 5 or more points of sanity, go to 19. Otherwise, that's where we are. Otherwise, you go screaming into the musty darkness, panting, heart pounding madly within your chest as you run wildly through the forest. You are found the following day, suffering from mental and physical exhaustion. Your close friend has not survived the nightmarish encounters with the denizens of the dark on that wretched Halloween night. You have been luckier, however, and while you will never sleep well again, you manage to complete your thesis, which brings you the recognition which you sought. The grant is yours, and you are on your way to the top of your field. Still, on that dark and stormy fall nights, you are haunted by the sound of approaching hooves, and this is the end. Okay, guess we should have gone to the house. I think I read somewhere that you're given like 4 lives. That's ridiculous. We're gonna go to the house. We're gonna backtrack and go in that house. So, Deus Ex Machina. We're going back to the house. Okay, this is Wacky Wild Kool-Aid style. Okay, I don't remember where we began, but we're going back to the car crashing. Oh, what a terrible dream. Corey. Yeah, so it was a dream. And everything happens exactly the same. I heard this was a hot mess. Could you imagine if I live streamed this and been like, all right, guys, well, that was 10 minutes. Okay, we fail. We went to 7. We lose control. Go to 2. We scream off course. All right, here we go. So walking back to town's a bad idea. Let's go to the stupid mansion. 41. That may be our only mulligan. Unless something like aliens abduct us here real quick on the way to the mansion. Which, again, Frankenfurter's an alien. Okay, here we go. So, alright. On the way, I tell him about the dream I had. Because he says, we should walk back to town. I was like, no. Let's go to the mansion. I have a bad feeling about this, and my history with the occult is telling me it was a sign, a premonition. You cautiously approach the old haunting house, huge and rambling with steep peaked roofs and high arching windows, a dark brooding tower stretching up into the black boiling sky. In a yellow flash of jagged lightning, you get your first clear view of the decayed grounds surrounding the castle-like building. You see that tall, grotesque trees, their limbs twisted and buckled and devoid of foliage, surround the eerie place, contained with a rusty and crooked iron fence, the bars of which are toppled with cruel-looking iron spikes. That's when we push, was it the werewolf out the window from Monster Squad? That's what he needs to land on. Or was it Dracula? Who landed on the spikes? I digress. You are cold and wet, and long for the warm comfort of the house. So putting aside your feelings of uneasiness, you grab the tarnished door knocker and rap on the towering, splintering door. After a moment, squeaky, the door creaks open loudly, and a slightly hunchbacked man, oh my god, this is the Time Warp. This is the little scraggly guy who wrote it. Richard O'Brien, was that his name? I can't remember his freaking character's name. Okay. Hunchback man with long white hair and a black coat with tails peers out at you. You quickly introduce yourselves and explain what happened. The odd man looks you blankly for a long moment, and then with a cold smile asks you in, introducing himself as O'Brien the butler. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. I'm looking this up. What was the name of the butler in... Sorry, I'm like totally doing like a check here to see. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Picture Show written by Richard O'Brien. Riff Raff. That was his name. Riff Raff. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love it. I don't know if this is an ode to that or not, but I'm taking it. I'm feeling pretty cool right now. Got my nerd knowledge and my theater knowledge. All right. Okay. You introduce yourself as O'Brien the Butler. Go to 98. La 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 la. That has got to be an ode to Rocky Horror, right? Okay. You rush in behind the hunchbacked O'Brien. It's also funny because O'Brien is the character from Downton Abbey who would probably answer the door as well. So I think of her, the Irish... was she Irish? No, she may have been more... Maybe she wasn't Irish. Anyway, okay, Downton Abbey. Blah. Finding yourself in a cavernous foyer. The butler takes your coats, hanging them still dripping in a closet. As you look around the foyer, you are impressed by the many obvious antiques you see. Tall, high-backed chairs of hard wood, lumbering tables, and a large grandfather clock adorn this area. Several paintings hang dustily on the walls, and everything has a light covering of dust and cobwebs, making it seem rather like no one actually lives here. Suddenly, there is a cackle from above you. Looking up in the direction from which the sound came, you see a red-haired woman in a maid's uniform descending the creaking stairs. This is another character from Rocky Horror. "Visitors?" asks the woman. Let's see, who's... "These two young people have had a problem with their vehicle," explains the butler. I don't remember what he sounds like. "They have come to escape the storm for a time and to see about assistance." You notice now that both the maid and the butler speak with accents. To try to identify their accents, make a successful no roll and go to 92. They're from transsexual Transylvania, right? No roll. Okay. No. Ooh, wow. I'm a knowledgeable cat. 85. I picked a lot of like smart guy stuff. Okay. So 85 is my jam here. And again, I went with best I could figure out for rules for 5th edition. 85 may be too high. Again, don't care. Just trying to have fun here. Let us get this here. Okay. Put this up here. Jesus, I rolled an 85 and then it reset to a 73. That was weird. I succeeded. That was weird. It's spooky Halloween. Okay, I succeeded. Where was I? Oh, here we go. Successful no roll and go to 92. Okay. Oh, you recognize the butler's accent as being of New Zealand, in the maids to be Irish. To comment on this, go to 4, let it pass, go to 74. I'm going to comment. I wonder if Richard O'Brien is from New Zealand. I still have that page open. Okay, I'm going to go to 4 real quick, and then I'm going to look. Now I'm thinking like Flight of the Conchords. Okay, I'm going to look real quick because I already have that page open. I'm just very curious. Richard O'Brien. Where are you from, Richard O'Brien? Richard O'Brien. Richard O'Brien. Where are you from? A British New Zealand actor. Okay. I'm on to you, game. I'm on to you, game. Okay, 4. What a weird thing to say. I noticed that you have a distinct British accent with a slightly different twist. New Zealand, perhaps? You ask O'Brien, and her accent seems strongly Irish. You tell him as you gesture to the maid. The butler looks at you for a moment and then grins. You are I can't do New Zealand. You are quite perceptive for one so young. You are correct. We were brought to this country to do things for the Baron and his beautiful wife that their busy lives prevent them from doing. We were hired. I'm trying. You can hear me trying it. Hired when they moved from the old country. Old country, you question? Yes, the Baron and Baroness are from the very oldest German families. One of the oldest families in all of Europe. O'Brien explains. Go to 74. Okay. Okay, much better now that we enter the house. I'm liking this very obvious Rocky Horror nod here. Ooh, got a long passage. The maid struts up to you, very cat-like. Her dark eyes piercing right through. Miss Quinn, where was she from? Oh, she's Irish, right? Miss Quinn, yeah. Oh, hang on, I'm trying to find Irish. Don't you know? Miss Quinn, won't you get our guests? Oh, god dang it, this is O'Brien. Miss Quinn, won't you get our guests something to warm themselves, says O'Brien. Follow me, purrs the brooding maid as she leads you towards a set of double doors. From beyond the doors, you hear the sound of many voices. We don't want to intrude, you say to the butler. You have arrived on a very special night, he explains. Our employers are celebrating the holiday. Okay, I'm all over the place. Let's just talk, Avery. In all splendor of old Germany. But do not concern yourself, for the Baron and Baroness will love to have you. It would not hear of you going back out into that dreadful weather. At that, Miss Quinn throws back the double doors. Beyond is a ballroom, furnished completely with very old and obviously very valuable furniture. Within the chamber are 11 people of varying races, so counting the maid and the other person, that's 13. All dressed in black. All attention seems to be centered on a very regal-looking gentleman with a monocle and the very elegant and beautiful woman at his side. O'Brien leads you into the chamber, all eyes turning to you as, still dripping from the rain, you follow behind the hunchbacked butler, somewhat embarrassed. As you enter the room, you may make any one of the following skill rolls. Ooh, so we can do spot hidden, we can do listen, or history. Let's see what we're best at. I honestly don't remember. So we have spot hidden, listen, or history. Spot hidden's 35. Listen is 25. History's 85. Let's just do. I can barely roll an 85, so let's do history. Let's do history. Let's get that back open. Reroll. 66. Ooh. Okay. So we did a spot hidden, listen, history. If succeed, go to 6. All right, back up. Oh my gosh. Now I have it. I'm trying to like talk and like not have a bunch of dead air, but I'm literally going over Rocky Horror in my head right now. Yeah, I'm not going to start singing, but it's coursing through my brain right now. You notice that the furniture in this room seems to be authentic 17th and 18th century German. Oh shoot, I'm not keeping track of journal points. I don't care. Go to 78. O'Brien leads you to the center of the ballroom where the monocled man, I'm also picturing the Planter's Peanut guy right now, and an elegant woman are speaking with 3 men. My lord, O'Brien says to the monocled man, bowing slightly, may I introduce some unexpected guests? They have had an accident with their vehicle, are in need of something to warm themselves. Now he's turning vaguely Cockney. And a phone to call for assistance. The man peers at you for a moment and then with a cool smile introduces himself as Baron Burlad. Oh, God. Man, I cannot read this. As Baron Burlad? Is that Burlad? I feel like I need to zoom in on that. I want to get his name. Baron Burlad Takuchi. None of that looks German until the last name, which is von Reicht. Okay. Great. So we have Baron Burlad Takuchi von Reicht. Extending a gloved hand, first to Corey. Oh, jealous. And then to you. The Baron gives you a very firm handshake. With a majestic wave of his hand, the Baron introduces his wife, Baroness Diva. Oh, but... Ordea von Reicht. She welcomes you, but does not smile. remaining rather cold and somber-looking. Both the Baroness and the Baron speak with accents, yet there is something about them that does not seem right to you. Make an idea roll. Okay. I feel like my idea was pretty good. Oh, that's a no. My no roll was good. My idea's 80. So, okay. Make an idea roll. 66. Why do I keep rolling 66? I'm gonna re-roll. Just to, like, undo that. Okay, 14, that's better. I wasted that good roll. I was just, the dice, it seemed like they were repeating. It was freaking me out. Okay, so I succeeded. There we are. Make an idea roll. Go to 76. Trombones led the big parade. Ooh, I need to zoom out a little bit more. The left side of the document has disappeared. There we go. You realize the Baron and his wife do not speak with German accents, even though they would have you think that they are from Germany. Crap. That was like the one accent I could do. To identify their accents, make a successful no roll. All right. I'm again, knowledgeable. Still got it, and I just got it. Okay, I'm a bit of a linguist here, aren't I? I'm like a young Tolkien. Okay, make a successful no roll and go to 70. All right, where are you from, and why do I know of transsexual Transylvania? Suddenly, it comes to you. What has been bothering you about your host's accents? They're certainly not German. They are. Is that a weird way to say Romanian? With a U? This you find strange since you were under the impression that they were from Germany. Why would they lie to you? Because they're vampires. Go to 64. All right. I don't know what Romanian is. Maybe it is vaguely like this. Well, please, feel at home. Join our celebration of the holiday, won't you? Says the Baron in a rather smooth, almost hypnotic voice. It is on holidays, such as these, that I long for a homeland. How I miss Mother Germany and her beautiful countryside. But no matter. This is a celebration, not a time for such musings. To inquire more about the Baron's home and how he came to be in the United States, go to 99. To let it pass in small talk. No, dude, I'm asking the Baron what's going on. 99. What's going on, Baron? You're 99 Luftballoons. Ooh. He's going to tell me. Hopefully in song form. Maybe he sings I'm Going Home. On the day I went away. It is going through my head. The Baron looks at you for a moment as you begin to dig into his past with questions of his homelands, but then smiles and answers you. The von Reicht family is one of the oldest and most respected families in all of Germany, and I am a direct descendant of nobility. As my title indicates, I too am noble, at least in my country. My family is descended from the, Zechelles, whatever. The blood of Attila the Hun courses through my veins. A dubious honor indeed. Would you not agree? Haha, he laughs. The old country is most dear to me, and even the very soil of the ground is like gold to me, because I need to rest in it in my coffin, because I'm a vampire. This is how greatly I love the land of my birth. But alas, I was forced to leave my homeland with my ever-beautiful wife. She's ever beautiful because she's a vampire. You see, in this ever-changing and growing technological world that we reside in, certain comforts must be abandoned for the betterment of business. Simply put, I am an industrialist, and the benefits of living in your country unfortunately outweigh that love of home. I must keep up with the times, you know. I must keep up with the times, you know. I find the supply of certain raw materials which are crucial to me to be more abundant here and easier to come by. Something that the Baron has said does not sound quite right to you. Something about his family. Succeed with an anthropology roll. How's my anthropology? 25. Bump. There's the old 97. Yeah, no clue. I had some good rolls, but actually, they were easy rolls, and I made those. But anyway, I failed. I'm going to 16. Liar. Liar Frankenfurter. And I think it's just Rocky and Drag as his wife. Okay, I don't know if you saw it, but I just splashed coffee onto my face. You continue to make small talk for a few minutes with the talkative Baron, although his wife says nothing except when a question or comment is directed at her, which she then answers very curtly. Shortly, the maid returns with 2 heavy mugs filled with some beautifully aromatic beverage. The warmed liquid smells like apple cider, yet there is something else. Is that the scent of brandy? You cautiously sip the drink, and to your delight, find it very warm and pleasing. Corey quickly finishes off his mug, thanking your hosts. You follow and find the warm liquid to be just what you needed. You feel more at ease and have managed to shake off some of the cold chill of your still damp clothes. Go to 42. All right. After a few moments, you notice the sounds seem to be weirdly echoing. Yeah, because I've been drugged. Suddenly, you become warm and dizzy, because I've been drugged. Your head begins to spin and your vision blurs. I had no choice but to drink this, by the way. You gaze over at Corey, only to find that your friend has been roofied too and is passed out in a chair. As everything begins to go dark, match your POW against a 20 on the resistance table. I have a 70% chance. So, let's do this. 70% chance. 63. Woo, okay. Come on, Baron. Bring it. Win the power struggle, go to 218. Oh. You wake up. Your head's sore and groggy. That's the good outcome? Okay, 221. I think, okay. You bolt up, looking around. You seem to still be in the ballroom of the manor house, but you are very much alone. No, Corey! A very eerie feeling slithers down your spine, and you shiver. Checking your watch, you see that you have been asleep for only 1 hour. Any hit point loss you suffered in your strange dream vanished, but sanity loss remains. Oh, so we didn't have a creepy dream. So we didn't lose hit points. Sanity loss, fine. And we also had a strange dream of the Headless Horseman, too, but I don't think it's talking about that. So go to 236. Where's Corey at? You pull yourself to your feet, head still spinning, and frantically search the ballroom for a sign. Any sign of Corey. Yeah, good. Spot hidden. Alrighty. Our spot hidden is... you can see that little 10 next to it. This was just a character, a built character for 5th edition, and there still needed to be 10 more points, 60 more points added into the character sheet. So I just threw in just 60 more points, and I added 10 to spot hidden, so my spot hidden is 35. That's what that little 10 means next to the 25 for spot hidden. So I have a 35% chance. Let's put this away. 35. Oh my gosh. Corey. Oh man, I was so close to a 28. 68. No clue where Corey is. No clue. Gosh, what number were we on? There it is. Fail. 234. Oh, just back down a little bit. Corey. You see no sign of your friend. To search the manor for Corey, go to abandon him and leave the spooky house. Okay. He's my partner. And I also had that dream about the Headless Horseman, so I'm not leaving. So, we are going to search the manor, obviously, for Corey. 228. Whoa. I search. Oh, I need to mark down an hour, because this is timed, so I do need to mark down that hour. 1 hour. Journal points, who cares? Corey, that's all that matters. Searching the manor house, the von Reicht Manor consists of 3 floors, plus the cellar and a tower. Gosh, it's like a betrayal house on the hill. shown on the map on the inside back cover. Ooh, I should maybe make a page for the map for us. You are now in the ballroom. You may search the rooms and chambers in any order you like, although you should keep to some sort of order and not jump from floor to floor to floor. You are now on a timetable. Each room... Oh, was I not earlier? Maybe I wasn't earlier. I don't know. Maybe I didn't need to mark that other hour. Each room you search will take 10 minutes. One spot on the timetable. Oh, okay, that's fun. The timetable appears on the inside front cover. Got it. Moving from one floor to another along the halls costs no time, and moving from floor to floor may be done via the stairs or elevator that are found around the manor's house. If an elevator or staircase opens into a room and not a hall, you must go to the appropriate room paragraph and read it just as though you had picked the room to investigate, marking off the time on the table, etc. Doors are unlocked unless noted. The appropriate paragraph for each room is indicated by the number on each room of the house floor plan map. I need to pause this and get that opened. In certain instances, there will be a number in a section of hall. When you pass by this area, go to the paragraph noted. Okay. Once you have checked off the last spot on the timetable, jump to 647, unless you're involved in combat. If so, go to that paragraph as soon as combat is completed, unless, of course, you are killed. You may, at any time, decide to abandon your search and flee the house, in which case go to 232. Write that down. Runaway is 232. Because I did also have that dream that I become successful if I leave Corey behind. Where was I? In most cases, there are no trace numbers for the manor house rooms, so you must keep track yourself, of where you've been and what chambers you wish to explore. Items that you find in rooms that are meant for you to take or use will be identified as such. Okay. You may now begin your desperate search for your friend and companion. You are on 228 of the map. So this was from paragraph... Oh, no, I'm 228. That's the paragraph I'm on. So I'm going to just write this down. Great. I'm going to pause this and set some stuff up for us. Fun. Much better than the Headless Horseman part. Pause. Okay, here's our map. We're going to start tracking time. Unfortunately, I can't really mark it in the software as far as I know, so I'll just keep note. Okay, so we are in 228, which is kind of in the top left here. It's on the very left side of the page, kind of by 8:30, the time. So we have a door, and we can go south into this other area. That must be an elevator down beneath us. We can't search 228 because we're in 228. Which is, like, you think the first thing that you would do is, like, okay, where did they take them? Look for some trace. I'm scared. I don't know what room to look in. Oh my goodness. I guess I would stay on this floor. I'm just doing like what I would do. I wouldn't walk into the room to my south and take an elevator randomly or these stairs. I just wouldn't do that. So I'm going to... Let's look at the room across from us. Let's just get started with that. And that will... Does that take 10 minutes? To search the manor house, go to the paragraph number... Always return here to search further. Mark off a box on the timetable on the inside front cover for every room you explore. All right, so there's one. So let's check out 313. It's just right across from us. It makes sense that what you would do. I'm trying to put logic to this, which is just ridiculous. So let's go to 313. All right, center my dice tray. It's got off center there. There we go. That makes me happier. 313. Okay. The double doors of the dining room creak open slowly as you peek into the gloomy, grimy chamber. A large spiderweb-shrouded table rests in the center of the room. 13 place settings around the table with a like number of chairs. A once elegant candelabra holds up the tent of spiderwebs from the center of the table. You may attempt either of the following. Spot hidden or listen. I feel like Rocky Horror's buried in here. So let's do, let's see which one we're good at here. Listen or spot hidden. Spot hidden's 35. Listen is 25. Let's spot hidden in. I'm going to fail no matter what. So 35. That's what we're going for. Sure did. 84. Fail and return to the map. All right. Well, there's 10 unnecessary minutes. Okay. It is currently 7:10. We are in room 313 on the ground floor. We just, like, walked into this dining room. We're like, all right, well, I guess they had dinner with the spiders. Boy. Look at this big old map. Like, again, the nerd in me just wants to explore what's in this place. But I'm trying to think of, like, how this character would behave. I don't know where to go. Hello? Gary? I mean, this is all just so rando. I don't know where to go. Let's go to 256. So it's like kind of on the southern side of the ground floor, just to see what's happening. So that's going to put us up. So 7 is checked. So this is putting us 710 is checked. So yeah, let's just check 256. Let's see what's going on there. There may be a window in there so we can escape. Like, I feel like you'd want to be skirting around the perimeter to make sure that you always have some way of escaping when the Baron shows back up. But yeah, let's go to 256. And it's not that far to scroll. There it is. The double doors to this room warily grown open to reveal a spacious living room, complete with a dust-shrouded furnishings. The room, once opulent, now stands in near ruin, a victim of time and neglect. You may either attempt listen or spot hidden. What did I say? It was 35? Is that what I think it was? So let's spot hidden. 45. Still failed. Okay. Alright. Okay, so my character thinks, well, there's nothing here. I have to go upstairs. So maybe that's what he's leaning towards right now. Clock's ticking. Granted, I guess my character has no idea the clock is ticking, but let's see where we want to go. So I checked like the closest rooms, like, oh man, there's nothing here. I need to... Maybe he would go down the hall, like towards this other set of stairs in the elevator. So let's say he wanders this hall, kind of heading north, just kind of like peering into rooms, and which brings us to 354. So he's kind of like making his way kind of north. And then since it is in the hallway, we do need to read that off. So I don't know if that counts as exploring in a room or not, but I'll just say 720. So 354 is where we're headed right now, as we're just kind of wandering around this little area. 354. Here we go. As you wander through the eerie, lonely hall, make a spot hidden roll, because I'm so good at it. I actually bumped up this attribute as well, but nope. Fail and return to the map. I don't think that cost me any time, because I didn't search. I just had an opportunity to see something. So I'm going to say that didn't cost me any time, because if you fail 3 of the same rolls 3 times in a row, you're given that little mulligan. So now we are by the this elevator, and I say, oh, it goes down. Eek. Let's just kind of go up to... I don't know if it goes up there. But I said... So we went around that northern side, and we just saw... it looks like a set of stairs going down? Is that like into the cellar down? Or is that coming from the upper level, the second floor? Looks like one goes up and one goes down. Again, just feeling like what you would do in real life. We have a fear of going beneath the earth, like in a cellar, for fear of being like completely closed in. So maybe we'd like walk up there, we'd look up at 354, then we'd turn back around and just do another perimeter check around the ground floor bringing us back to that opening whole section of stairs. 379. So that's, again, the hallway, that enter area. So we walk up to 379. So it looks like we have to read this immediately. So let's just do that. Okay. Clicking that, sorry. Okay, 379. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? There it is. As you enter this large open foyer, roll a 1d10. Oh, okay. Copy. 1d10. There we go. 3. On the roll of a 3, we go to 375, which is right around here. What you thought was an odd noise turns out to simply be your overactive imagination. You sigh in relief and continue your search. Alright. Well, okie dokie. Back to the map. So let's say that he sees nothing there, then he's going to go straight north, up along this like long corridor, looking to see what's up here. And that will put us at 271 by the elevator and the set of stairs. So let's say he looks into 271 to see what's here, and then we're probably going to go upstairs. I don't think we're going to go downstairs. We'd probably go upstairs. So let's go, let's hit 271. I'm sure we're passing like all the cool stuff, because I'm hitting like the rooms probably everyone would hit, but whatever. Oh, and 271, that will be definitely time. I don't know if I'm cheating or not with the time, but it said whenever you explore an area, and these other ones just seem like bonus. Bonus. Okay, so 271. Back to the book. Alright, we're nearby at least. Gosh darn it, I keep clicking the wrong buttons. 271. Okay, what is in this room? You slowly crack open the door and peer in. This is a billiards room, obvious from the huge billiard table that stands heavily in the center of the floor. An ornate fireplace decorates one wall. The stonework is adorned with fiercely snarling and ugly faces and creatures. You may attempt the following: occult, which I am good at, and then, or spot hidden, which I fail all the time. If successful, or a power times 5. No, I'm just going to do occult. One, I don't know what power times 5 means, but so let's just do occult, which my occult is. Pop my overlay. I think it's like 80 or something. Okay, 65. So I've been rolling 66 a lot, so that's cool. Let's do it. 65. Yay! So, oh, but where was I? Crack open the door. Period. Billiards room. Call 264 if successful, which is looks to be on the same page. It's right up here. You recognize the hideous stone figures as gargoyles. Return to the map. Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, there's nothing here. Downstairs. Let's squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Let's creep upstairs. Which will bring us to... did I mark down the time? Yes. I think we're at 7:30. Again, I'm freewheeling this a little bit. Who cares? So we now squeak our way up to the second floor. I am going to peer in to 408, which that will put us at 740. So let's look on in 408. What's going on here? Did I move to the right screen? I did not. Let's do that. Okay, 408. What's in this room? This is right above the billiards room is where we are currently. And no sight or sound of anything currently. A lot of cobwebs and some gargoyles. And I keep thinking I see something and then I don't. Because I keep failing my checks. Ooh. Okay. I hope that's not our friend. Or us. 408. The doors are locked. Oh. To gain entry, you must successfully make a mechanical repair roll or successfully match your strength, I'm not super strong, against the door's strength of 2d6 plus 6. If you are successful and overcome this obstacle, go to 415. Okay, well, that seems exciting. A room to try to open. Mechanical repair. I don't think this is our jam. Let's see. We're intelligent, so I may put a little bit of something into it. Let's see what we got here. Mechanical repair. 20. Our strength, which I have written down here, which you guys just can't see, is look like a 10. So yeah, not super strong. And also I'm tempted to go against the door's strength of 2d6 plus 6. This may, again, be one of those moments where I pause it and see, like, what does that mean? So I'm probably going to pause and then see what the heck that means. Okay, I couldn't find it. I'm not super strong, so I'm just going to try to open this. At least I have a 20% chance, because I'm sure my strength would not do much better. So let's... Got a 20. Oh, man, I was actually really close, 24. But no, okay, locked room. All right, it's like 20 till 8. Let's go back to our map and continue our search. So I went up to the second floor. I look in the nearest room, like, oh, man, there's nothing there. I guess I would... So it's open to below, down at the end of this hall. And again, I'm trying to think of, like, what a person would do in the situation. They'd want to have as much space and as many eyes on the situation as possible, if that makes sense. So I feel like that it's probably like a little balcony overlooking the foyer there. So he probably walked to that because it's more open space to see what's going on. And in that, he's going to hit 420. Insert your marijuana jokes now. Okay, so 420. Again, I think this is a bonus. So let's just hop over to 420 as you walk down this hall on the second level. No, it's fine. I can do this. I think you guys can see this. Roll 1d10. Go. Okay. That's funny. It says roll 1d10. If it's even, just roll a dice. But I'll do a d10. It is odd. So we are going to 358. Okay, let's see what happens. What is fun about this, so there's a little bit of, it's not just if you fail your rolls or succeed, it's also just kind of luck, which there's a replayability to this, which is great, because again, I do hope to play this again with people in the chat, but again, I need this core book, because there's just charts and stuff I need to look at. All is quiet and calm. If you are investigating the house, well, yeah, continue on the room of choice. If you are investigating the yard... Oh, okay, so that's just a rando. So, go to the room of our choice. All right, so back to the map, my friends. Let's see here. We're at 420. We're like peering over the edge. Let's check 604. That's like the entrance. And it still seems to be on our floor, but we can kind of like just kind of gather what's going on here. So let's look at 604. That puts us at 750, give or take. And yeah, let's see what happens there. So this is 604. It's got to scroll a little bit, so brace yourself for watching that. Oh, it's funny. I didn't realize it pops up and you can see the my backup screen when I switch cameras. Yeah, that's my external monitor. You may be able to see Scribd, which is where I'm trying to get the information for 5th edition. I don't like sites like that, but just because it's this free stuff, I always, whenever I run something, I try to purchase it and show it and stuff like that. But it's the only place I can find this 5th edition book. But it has all of these ads that pop up, so I have to wait like 10 seconds to clear the ads, and now I've totally forgot where I'm going. The winding stone steps of the tower spiral up and up as the tower stretches 30 feet beyond the roof of the manor house. Ooh, you may want to climb that. At the top of the stairs... Oh, I was supposed to say, did I go there? Maybe I did. At the top of the stairs is a heavy wooden door, which is securely locked. To journey farther, you must successfully do one of the following. Oh, I just wanted to look at it. I didn't want to go up there, but cool. I'm fine with this. Mechanical repair, match your strength versus the door's mighty strength of 35. What? Or in desperation, you may shoot the lock. I don't have a gun. Note that each time after the first try breaking down the door, you will suffer 1 point of damage as you hurl yourself against the heavy wooden door. Okay, well, this sounds promising, but one, I don't know how to do that with my rule set, and two, I don't want to keep hurting myself. To journey further, oh, okay, it's just saying if you want to go beyond this point, which I do not. I thought it was saying to continue the game, you have to do one of these. So, no, I'm not doing that. So, all right, so I sadly turn... Sleeping Dragon, a vampire. Ooh, I'm just looking at some Scarecrow. Ooh, we got some spooky things in here. Spoilers. Okay, so we're not doing that. It is now going to be 8 o'clock when we get back downstairs, and that will be... Let's move you guys back to the map. Again, I wish I had a way to interact with this and put a little token where we are, but we are currently... we're just right down there at 604, which is the tower, apparently, at the front of this estate or manor. The manor, because it says manor right there on the page. So let's go back down... Well, we were all the way up at the top. Dude, let's check 443. We're up here. We climbed the top of this thing, so let's just look at 443. It looks like the biggest room in the place. So this puts us at 8 o'clock right now. So this is 443. And we get to play the scroll game, everybody's favorite pastime. And, oh, actually, I can, since I clicked on this. I know you don't care, but anyway, I can get us there faster. Or I could just cut it out. That's true. 443. Ooh, 443 is big. And it is a cavernous room. Ooh, boy, there's some small font at the top. This cavernous room is thick with the cloying smell of chemicals. It's the laboratory. The Monster Mash. A quick survey of the chamber shows it to be a laboratory of some sort. Jars and vials of assorted liquids, powders, dried plants, etc. adorn shelves and tables. Large glass jars hold preserved remains of various animals and yellowed fluids, rats, cats, frogs, as well as grisly assortments of larger mammalian organs such as hearts, eyes, brains, etc. Strange electronic equipment and panels of switches, levers, dials, meters, plugs, and lights line the wall. In the very center of the room is a raised platform over which hangs a large metal slab rigged with swivels and winches. Directly above the platform, the ceiling is constructed in a gleaming glass dome which allows the stars to effortlessly... Okay, here's the thing. I got a dental implant like just recently, and I'm still getting used to it. I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. Effortlessly. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're going to do this again. Directly above the platform, the ceiling is constructed in a gleaming glass dome, which allows the stars to shine into the incredible, loathsome chamber. Effortlessly. Yeah, my tongue is hitting. Cages and tanks hold live rats, insects, fish, birds, and other small life forms, and are stacked about the room or hang from chains in the ceilings. A few sickly potted plants of gross and disfigured shape crowd a small corner table, while a vintage microscope and pile of prepared slides nestle together on splintered and sagging work tables. You see other dubious and bizarre equipment cluttered around the room, the purpose of which can only be guessed at. You may attempt any one of the following skill rolls. Okay. Going to the indicated paragraph if successful. If you wish, you may attempt more than a single roll, but must mark off time on the timetable. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so this is we can do this effortlessly. Damn it. Okay, so these are our skills that we can attempt. Let's bring up what we're decent at. Okay, where's that at? Here it is. Goosh. Astronomy, which we 20% chance. Botany, no. Not our thing. That's like a 1% chance. Chemistry, 1%. I didn't put much in the sciences. I was more of a lit kind of guy. Cthulhu Mythos, no, absolutely nothing. Climb. I felt like I wanted to put something in climb. Did I? Oh, climb's not even here. Climb's on this sheet, though. Climb does exist. Did I put something in climb? Oh, man, I hate this little sheet. It's so hard to read. Climb. It may be like your dex plus something something. Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. It is 40% is our climb. Let's see. Climb is 40%, so I have a decent... Oh, man, I'm going to fall and bust my face, though. Electrical repair? Oh, butts. I have to look at this again. I guess because this takes place in 1990 when this was written for, so the character sheets are a little bit different. But again, it's 5th edition. I just didn't have the whatever. I'm using the flashlight for my phone to read this better. I swear, I do have good eyesight. Electrical repair is 10. That's not good. Idea is good. No is good. Library use should be good. Library use is good. Luck. Oh yeah, my luck is 80. That's good. So we can get a lot of information in this room. Mechanical repair, meh. Occult, good. Pharmacy, no. Spot hidden. Okay, so we do have quite a bit. I am... Like, here's the thing. Do I spend an hour in this room? Because there are quite a few things that I'm decent at. But is it worth our time going into all of this? So, let's do occult first. That's 65. That will put us up to 810. Let's see here. How did it... I just go straight to it, or do I need to make the check? You may attempt any one of the following skill rolls, going blah blah if successful. Okay, but it takes you 10 minutes regardless. So let's do occult just to see what we've got going for us here. And our occult is 65. Let's bring open this. Come on, big bucks. Give me something. Skadoosh. Is this fun watching me fail constantly? I just do it effortlessly. That's pretty close. Okay. Let's see here. That was occult. Our idea and our no, where's our little thing at here, are both very good. 80 and 85. Let's see if I have an idea. That is 80. It looks like a 29, but if you look right above it, it says an 89. Fail. Jesus. But again, you know I like games. I fail constantly, and I keep coming back for more. I just like to be punished, apparently. So, all right. Now let's try the no, which is even higher, which is 85. Finally. It's 8:30 now for our characters. So we are going to... this was... No. What was no? 454. Let us mark where we are, which is... We're at 443. It'll probably tell us to go back to 443. But, let's see. No. 454. Ooh. I don't know what that is. A cold chill creeps down your spine, and you shiver when you realize that the equipment within the cavernous chamber is being used to attempt to breathe weird life into dead bodies. This is the laboratory of some mad reanimator. Make a successful spot hidden. Okay. Spot hidden, not our... not really our jam, but I will try. Oops, I put that the other way. Spot hidden, was that 25? 35, excuse me. Come on. Whoo! I got it. 35, exactly. It looks like a 33 on the dice there, but again, I'm going by the total up that it says at top. It's a little cocked, the dice, but I got exactly 35. Okay, I will take that. That puts us at, go to 417. Okay, 417. I'll try to bring it back so you can see it better, so you can read along at home. Your heart begins to race as you spot the figure of a body on the hanging slab. You cannot clearly see it from your position and must move to get a better look. Okay. Going to 447. There atop the suspended slab lies Corey. Yay! Or not. Shirtless and partially draped in a torn white sheet. His wrists are held painfully tight to the cold metal table with steel manacles. Go to 413. Okay. Okay, let's turn him into Rocky Horror. Oh, crap. Do I have to, like, break him free? I'm so weak. You cannot reach Corey from where you are, since the metal table hangs precariously 3d10 feet above you. It's going to be funny when I roll 3 feet. Let's see how high this thing is. Was it 3d10? 1, 2, 3. Of course, I roll really well for that. 26. Okay. So what did I say? He's 26 feet above me. I'm going to take note of that. Jesus Christ. Okay. You do have several options rescuing your friend and may attempt any of the following skill rolls. Although you must mark off 1 space in the timetable. Great. Climb. I said our climb was like 30 or something like that. I can look that back up. Electrical repair. I can look that back up. Mechanical repair. 20. Gross. What else do we have? Operate heavy machinery. Jeez. That's it? None of this stuff's good for us. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's pull out the old phone again here. I mean, our climb is 40. Actually, that's probably our best. Climb is 40. What else we got here? Electrical repair. 10. Mechanical repair. Did it say I could try each one over again? 20. And then operate heavy machinery. That does not sound like something I do. Nothing. So. Okay. You can only... Okay. For each separate attempt, successful or not. You have several options for rescuing your friend and may attempt any of the following skill rolls, although you must mark off 1 space on the timetable, whatever, for each separate attempt. Okay, maybe when I fail, it'll just say go to, whatever, and maybe it'll let me do it again or not. But I think climb of 40 is our best. That's it. Which makes sense. I would see him. I would climb up there. Happy Halloween. Ooh. God. It was an 11, and then it rolled over to a 91. You saw that, right? Oh, God. Okay. Jeez. All right. What was that? Climb. I failed. Surprise. 394. This is why I need a chat. Because also, like, I would have you guys do the rolls as well. As you attempt to climb onto the hanging table, you lose your grip on the cold metal and slip and fall, falling onto the dirty floor below with a painful thud. Wow. You suffer 1d6 points of damage per 10 feet of the fall. We'll just say it's 20. So, granted, I don't know how high up there I got, but with that roll, I got pretty darn high. So 2d6. And then it says return to 413. And then that did take me 10 minutes, so I think we're at 840. Okay, you suffer 1d6 per 10 feet of the fall. Return to 413. I will roll that in a second. I just want to make sure 413 is where I think it is. Yeah, okay. It sounds like I can keep climbing, which is what I would do. But first, I need to get grievously injured. 2d6, 2d6, 2d6. Okay, here we go. Down onto the... Boom, boom, boom. Jesus Christ. Why do I do this? Why do I play games? Whoa, that's 10 points of damage. I've got help. Ooh, boy, that hurt. If that happens again, I'm dead. I mean, I want to... I would keep climbing. Does it say you don't have to do this? No, we are set, it appears. We are set on freeing Corey, which again makes sense. It doesn't seem that we have moved. So I would climb again because that's all have a decent chance at. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I made it. Hooray! I go to 428. Let's see. Here we go. Sorely, very sorely, you manage to clamber up some chains and cables to the table suspended above you. As you climb onto the cold steel slab, it swings dangerously for a moment before coming once again to rest. In order to free Corey, you will need to do things that you are incapable. You will need to, in order to free Corey from the steel manacles, you must either succeed with a mechanical repair roll, or you may match your strength with Corey's against the manacles. Okay. You must, and then it takes time for every attempt successful or not. Oh, so I'm just pulling until I get it free. So I am making it, or you may match your strength with Corey's against the manacles. I think what it said is when Corey is with me, I can use Corey's stats, and is Corey stronger than me? Let's see. I'm 10. Yes, Corey is stronger than me. So, or does that mean match? Again, this is another time when I pause and try to figure out some of these rules, and I'm going to need to figure out this strength thing and how to beat it. 2d10 plus 10. Maybe I don't know what that means. It's probably some chart where it's like my strength is on the top, and then there's like this other the strength of something else, and then it gives me like this number. It's a lot of charts. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. So again, you're so lucky you're not on a stream right now, because it would be me silently and not so silently cursing under my breath. Okay, pause. Okay, I just made an executive decision here. Also, I'm going to do a bit of retconning and try to do some first aid on myself. In this book that we're going off of right now, it says you can do first aid as written in the rules, and it takes 1 time slot. You can try as many times as you want, but it takes 1 time slot, successful or not. In the book that I'm getting piecemeal from this site, I cannot find anything about first aid. So I'm just going to make a roll. It will cost us some time, and I'll just, if I succeed, I'll give me a D3. I mean, again, this is Cthulhu. You're pretty weak. It's probably supposed to be 1. I honestly don't know. But in my first aid, it's not even that great. But it makes sense. So after he took that fall, he's trying to figure out the best way to climb up there, and he's probably like, bandaging up like an arm or something like that. So 30% chance. So again, it's probably not going to happen, but I wanted to, that just seemed to kind of make sense. And this is going to put us at 850 when I do this. Hey, look at that. So what did I say? D3? Is that what I said? I don't know. If it's like a 1, I'll give me an extra 1. It's a 1. Because I knew it was going to be 1. That's why I said if it's a 1, I'll give me an extra 1. I'll give me 2 health back. Jesus. All right, here we go. Okay, so I gave myself 2 back. So that puts us at 850. And then it's going to put us, we'll just say we're straight up at 9 o'clock right now. Again, I've been a little loose with the time, but we'll say we're at 9 o'clock, and we are now trying to free him. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use that resistance chart that I found, and it says you can use your strength with Corey's or match your strength. I'm going to assume that means combined, because again, I'm on this resistant chart, and if we use my strength, I have like a 5% chance. So it is 2d10. Watch this be the strongest freaking manacles ever. That's what I'm rolling for, not the door. Come on. You know what? I'll take that. Because in my head, I rolled a 10, so that's great. So what this does with that resistance table, it gives us, if I use just my strength, it looks like it will give us a 5% chance, and then we would just spend the rest of the thing me trying to roll a 5 or below, which is not going to happen. For Corey, it was something like a 15%. So again, that just doesn't seem fun. So what I'm going to do is combine both of us, which makes sense. Maybe he's kind of coming to when we're both using his strength to break him free from his manacles. And it's taking time every time I do that. Okay, so I took a screenshot. Can you see it? I don't even know what you guys can see on your screen. Can you? No, not yet. Okay, just to show you what we're dealing with here is I think this is what we're using, this table. So I'm assuming that we combine our attributes. So we would then have a 23. So we started with 23 and then going down to see where it meets 21. Whoa, I moved that. That's fine. Who cares? Oh, that's not too bad. 21, where 21 meets 23 is a 60% chance. So between the two of us, we have a 60% chance. That's just what I'm going to do because that is more fun than me trying to get a 5% chance. So I'm assuming when it says match, we combine our scores. I honestly don't know, and I don't care. It's more fun. So, and it's still going to be really hard for me to roll 60%. This is pushing the time up to 9:10. Let's get Corey and get out of here. So we have a 60% chance, I think. I'm good with that. I got Corey! Let's go, Corey. So successful or not, free Corey. Go to 397 once he is free. All right. I can actually scroll a little bit faster now. 397. Oop, it's right there. With Corey free from his bonds, the two of you ease yourself quickly but cautiously down the cables and chains hanging from the raised table to the floor below. Go to 455. Come on, Corey, let's get out of here, buddy. Where's the welcoming committee? Or the goodbye committee, I guess. Oh, whoops. Let's see here. I can't read that. There we go. 455. Roll 1d10. Uh-oh. This may be the committee. 1d10. 1d10. Here we go. Boink. 7. 455. 5 to 7, go to 423. All right. We're just randomizing this whole thing. So 423. Roll a d10. Go one place if it's odd, another if it's even. 423. We got a 4. So that is even, obviously. So we are going to 424. You rush through the frightening house to the front door, pulling on your coat. Okay. As you begin to flee the building and all of its supernatural inhabitants, roll a d10. Okay. $10. Even, go to 17. All right, 17. Ooh, we're back up at the top of the page here. All right, come on. Where the heck is everyone? It's making me a little nervous that no one's hanging out looking for us. Where's 17 at? We're close there. Okay, let's see. Close. Come on, Corey. We can do this, buddy. I got you, babe. You head down the muddy trail between the twisted trunks and limbs of gnarled, leafless trees and back to the road. Roll a d6. Oh my god. That's going to be amazing if the Headless Horseman just kills us. Or maybe me, and then Corey lives. 5. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Go to 29. All right, we're close. 29, just around the corner here. You wander for a while in the icy pouring rain. Make a listen roll. I don't listen well. Let's pop this back up real quick. Oh my gosh, we escaped. We escaped. For me, that's good. So I'm happy with that so far. Listen, but I'm not good at this. Where's it at? 25. Okay. Come on. Give me a happy Halloween here. Nope, not a happy Halloween. Don't hear the clomping of the Headless Horseman or the fluttering of the bat wings. If you fail, go to 80. Okay. Ah! Come on, I've got to be so close, right? Right? Roll 1d100. Jeez, out. Again, this is kind of fun because it is randomizing our escape, which I do appreciate. So here we go. 36. If it is a 36, wow, that's weird. If it's a 1 through 35, go to 75. It is a 36 to 100, go to 72. I'm curious if I was one digit away, if it would have been good. But whatever, we're about to find out because we're going to 72. Jesus Christ, here we go. A large winged creature screeches as it swoops by you. The thing is a blasphemous creature that seems part bird and part insect, with great leathery wings and sharp taloned claws. The sight of this terrible thing costs you 1 or 1d6 sanity. I'll roll that for that in a second. Oh, I gotta do that now. Okay, come on. I'm pretty darn sane. Let's roll this dice. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so I just take 1 point of sanity? Yes, so it says 1 or then slash 1d6. If you fail, if you succeed, you take 1. If you fail, you take 1d6. I'm fine. The alien monster turns for a second attack. If you have a weapon, nope. And if Corey is with you and has a weapon, nope. Either or both of you may prepare to strike and will each get 1 attack. For each successful hit on the creature, subtract 2 points from the damage done due to the thing's tough skin and thick fur. If you manage to do 12 points of damage to the monster, you have killed it. Reward yourself with the sanity and go to 73. If you do not kill the creature, go to 37. At the top of the adventure, it did talk about like weapons and stuff, and it said like don't bring guns, stuff like that. And it said that weapons will become available to us if it makes sense. I mean, obviously, my character would have picked up some kind of cudgel, but let's just look back what it says about weapons here. You are thought to start the adventure with only your personal items, camera, notepad, and whatever personal weapon you choose. Weapons. There are no weapons listed on the character sheet provided except for fist, punch, headbutt. Oh, okay. I guess, oh yeah, we could like punch him, I guess. It is assumed that you will take some sort of weapon along, but it is strongly suggested that a bit of logic, common sense, and care be used in your choice of weapons. Explosive field guns, machine guns, or ridiculously devastating or should not be allowed. The author strongly suggests a handgun. Oh. Why the heck would my character bring a handgun to... What was he expecting from this witch coven? Maybe the dream freaked him out. So I guess I have a handgun? That's funny because I put the... I'm good with rifles. I'm not great with handguns. Maybe in like the trunk of his car he had a rifle? I'm fine for like that. And then maybe my buddy has a... picked up some kind of like cudgel on the way out. Because... Again, it would make sense. We would grab something from this laboratory. It's like a steel rod or something like that. So maybe I've got like a... the author strongly suggests a handgun such as a 38 or a 45. I think I gave my guy rifle, and yeah, I'm gonna keep the rifle with him or the shotgun. Let's see what I gave him, and then we'll go off that. Actually, it's right here. He has... Oh. Again, I'm using the template from another 5th edition character, which is Dr. Warren Bedford. And he has a 30 carbine. He's pretty good at it. Oh boy, time to get into combat. I'm going to take a little break here and brush up on my combat that I don't have a rule set for. Okay, so we're in this combat, and... I'm just using what we have. Like, why it says they could bring their weapon. I got this character's template out of the back of the PDF of the 5th edition rulebook, so it's legit. He has a 40% chance to hit with his carbine. Why the Baron and Baroness didn't take his weapon from him? Maybe they're not afraid of normal weapons. So nonetheless, that's what he has. And we'll say that... Corey picked up some kind of cudgeling device. So all I'm trying to do right now is just kill this thing. We have to do 12 points of damage, and if we do hit, we lose 2 points of damage because of his thick hide. So that's what we're currently dealing with. This leathery thing flying around us. So the first shot obviously will be us, Chris, because we have the gun, and then when it swoops down, we'll say Corey's going to try to hit it if we need to. I have a 40% chance of hitting. Damage is 2d6. So I cannot kill it, because even if I rolled 2 6s, that would be 12, but minus 2, so I'd only do 10 points of damage. So this is still not going to go super great. So nonetheless, let's just roll our dice and see what happens. Okay, come on. We want a 40 or below. Yeah. I'll take it. Okay, so 35. So we hit the leathery thing swooping down at us. And we hit it for, what do we got? 2d6? Is that what I said? Yes, damage 2d6. Bink. 6. You know what? It's only 4 points of damage out of 12, but who cares? We did 4 points of damage. So it gets hit, and then it swoops down, and then Chris, he has a 45% chance, and he does 1d8 plus 1d4. So that's he's going with his bat. 1d8 plus 1d4. Oh, okay, that's still pretty good. 45. Boo. So we aim our carbine and we take a shot. It kind of peels a little bit, swerves around a tree, and dives back at us. Corey's waiting. He's sitting there with his cudgel, or like his metal rod from the laboratory. As the thing's swooping down, he swings it, but he like hits a tree with it before it cracks in the thing's head. Before, if you do not kill the creature, go to 37. Okay, here we go. The alien terror swoops down on you, clawing and hissing. You try to resist, but the thing hangs on fiercely, cruel beak and talons rending your skin. You suffer 2d6 points of damage. Oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this. Four. I think I can take that hit. I can. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can. Still up. Somehow. If you survive this attack, find the statistics for a Bayaki in the rulebook. This one has 12 hit points. And try to destroy the creature. Now I gotta look this thing up and see if I can get it off the site. This is where I pause the game. Okay, I couldn't find the Bayaki or Bayaki. That's probably, is it Bayaki? It's probably something like that. Couldn't find it. It's this crazy winged insect thing, but I can't find the 5th edition stats for it. I found a bunny yip, so it should have been next to that. So what I did is I just took something that had did 2d6 damage, which was like a giant squid, and its 2-hit chance was 45%, so that's what its stats are going to be. We already know what its health is, and we know what its armor is. It subtracts 2 from each hit, and it has 12 health, but it is knocked down to 8 of that. So we have a chance here. So the thing, again, it swoops down, we get the carbine shot off, kind of chips it, it does a little spin, little barrel roll, and then we have a Corey kind of waiting with his like pipe, and he just tries to go to swing, do a big haymaker, and he just like hits one of the trees nearby as the thing kind of like rakes across us. We probably cannot take another hit like that, I don't think. And that was low. That was just like 4 points of damage. We do not have much more. So the creature just goes by, does this huge like rake attack, picks up in the air, it turns back around as we have our intrepid heroes here kind of bracing again. We're going to say that we, Chris, kind of roll down to our stomach. I don't know if you even reload a cartridge. I think it's got a cartridge in it. I think it has maybe like 6 shots in the thing. And we're trying to like figure out where the thing is. Maybe the moonlight is shining down and we can see it kind of blotting out the moon as it's coming towards us. So we line up to get another shot. And I was about to say, maybe I do something dramatic, like he turns and says, "I love you." I know, have a big moment like that, but don't think that's going to happen. He just says, "If I don't make it, take my journal and publish." So I was going to say that to deal with the little headless horseman dream that we had earlier. So, all right, let's line up our shot. So we, with our carbine, have a 40% chance of hitting. We hit last time, so let's see how we do this time. Come on, Chris. I don't know where everyone else went. I mean, I'd rather be fighting this thing than the vampire lords, but here we go. So I aim up. It's, again, barreling right back down. I mean, it's starting to kind of like bob and weave a little bit. And we're just waiting for it just to cross the light of the moon before we take our shot. And we shoot the moon and fail. Okay, so we're going to have Corey, on the other hand, will be like, "I can't leave you. as it's like swooping down, and Chris saying, one of us must get out here and tell our tale. Okay, he had, I think it was a 45% chance. Let's see. Ooh, but it was a 1. It was spinning, and it was a 14, but it landed on 94. Again, the thing is ready for us, and Chris is kind of waiting. It just circumnavigates Chris, and we were laying on our stomach with a shot. It just goes up and like tries to get a quick attack, just like scraping completely up our back from like butt to back of head. I think I said its attack was 45, so let's see what happens. Of course I hit. Of course I hit. It does 2d6 damage. We are currently at 4. So odds are we're screwed. Let's see what happens. So we're laying on the ground and it's coming up. Here we go. And I hit. I just got to roll 2d6. 5. Jesus. Okay, so it was just totally destroys our back, or like our flesh is just totally just ripped. Let's see what happens here. So you try to destroy the creature, rewarding yourself. We didn't do that. If you're overcome by the alien beast, Corey manages to escape, but is found the next day suffering from amnesia brought on by the shocking sight of the horrific demise. Corey is safe, although he remembers nothing of the night. For you, however, it is the end. And as we drift off, we hear the dunk of the Headless Horseman. Because why not? Happy Halloween. That was fun. That was fun, and I had a chance. I mean, I think that was it. I think we were at the end game, and I always fail right at the end. But that's Cthulhu for you, is getting close. And Corey escaped, and let's just say he didn't remember. Maybe he didn't even remember like who we were, and like he's not going to like publish the journals or anything, and he just has like complete amnesia about this trip. And maybe we didn't tell anyone he was going on the trip with me. So yeah, no one ever knows what happened to me, and he has no memory of going on this trip. Ooh, or maybe Corey does publish the journal. Maybe realizing what happened, or not realizing what happened, he steals the journal and publishes it in his name. Okay. Oh, or maybe since Corey has amnesia, maybe he does remember who we are. And he thinks that we just ran off and we left him, and he becomes jaded. And what he does is he publishes our journal. He finds it, and he thinks we left in like haste. When I say journal, I mean all the information of all the occult stuff that we are greatly known for. And he takes it and he publishes it in his name. Yeah, that is where we'll end this, with Corey betraying us. That was fun. I am definitely going to run this. I'm definitely going to stream this with some people. I just got to get that 5th edition rulebook so I can quickly check some stuff. Beyond that, I had a blast. If you enjoyed this and you want me to run it again, please leave a comment, and you can also subscribe, blah, 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 all that stuff. But I do update posts on my site for what I'm currently running, and a pretty decent schedule of what I am streaming, because my whole point of this is to actually play with you guys. And not only do you make my choices, but I do set up a chat where you all roll the dice for me, because then we will actually be successful. Okay, that's it. This was Alone on Halloween. Do this. It's reversed. One of these days. And thank you so much. I'm Alone in the Dark. Please subscribe and see what else I've got coming up. And I'd love to see you down in the chat for one of my live streams. Thank you very much. Happy Halloween. And until next time,